are missing. So let's get started. We're going to go on page 30, no, 73. I almost said 37, but I'm backwards today. What can I say? Page 73 is where we're going in grammar today. 73. And it's the infamous VSS opener. So those of
It
you who are
sounds like a
new,
video game.
I know. For those of you who are new to my class, this is going to be new, but those that have had my class, you're going to be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. It's not that bad. It's another opener that we're learning, and it's number 6. By the way, there are 6 openers altogether, and I think you don't know one of them yet, like the number 4 maybe or something. But anyway, this is the one we're learning today. I see you, Kristen. Yay! You made it. Okay. 73. VSS stands for, are you ready for this? It's very short sentence. That's it. VSS, very short sentence. And the reason why we have a very short sentence is to change it up a little bit. Writing can be boring, okay? But not for you guys, because you got me to help you, right? Woohoo!
No, it's still boring.
No, you're not supposed to say that, Alex. You're supposed to go with
Okay,
it, okay? Just
it's
go with it.
good. It's good. It's just like my hands cramp.
All right, all right. Well, back to this. So when you change up the length of your sentences, it actually makes your writing more interesting. And then when you're adding dress up words, it also makes it more interesting. And then when you're adding topic clinchers, so that we do all this stuff on your checklist to make your writing sound really good. So that's one thing we're going to do is change the length of one of your sentences. And it's not on your checklist yet, but it is coming. We're going to identify it in the grammar book first. So basically, it has 2 to 5 words. Yes, you can have a 2-word sentence. And those of you that know the Bible, there is a verse in the Bible that only has 2 words. Does anybody know what it is? Abby?
I don't know the verbs.
Abby knows.
Jesus wept.
Jesus wept. There you go.
Yes, I know that's what it was.
That
I
is
know
the
it's
shortest
Jesus
verse.
wept, but I don't know
Yes.
what book and what verse and what
No,
chapter
I
it
thought it
comes
was
from.
boy went.
No.
No,
The boy.
Jesus wept is the shortest verse in the Bible, and it's only 2
Oh,
words. But
Bible. I
guess
didn't hear
what?
that part. I didn't hear
Bible.
that part. I thought you
Okay,
meant
don't
like the
interrupt,
sentence.
Alex. Hold on, don't keep interrupting. So we've got a 2-word sentence that has a subject and a verb. So Jesus is the subject, the verb is wept. It means crying, weeping, right? So that works. This is an example of a 3-word sentence. Robin sought adventure. Remember, sentences have to have a subject verb pair. So you can't have a 1-word sentence. You have to have at least one subject and a verb. So this one has 3. Robin sought adventure. So Robin is the subject, sought is the verb here. But you're going to mark these in this book with a number 6. Okay, just like you've been doing with the number 1, number 2, you're going to do this with a 6. This is another example. The wet log wobbled. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 words in this sentence. We have a subject log and the verb wobbled. All right, now shifting gears a little bit, we have a run-on sentence. And by the way, Dominic, we're on page 73. A run-on sentence is when you have 2 or more main clauses put together with no punctuation, basically. They're connected not properly. So we learned about the fused sentence. That's when you have 2 main clauses together with no punctuation at all. But today we're going to talk about a comma splice. A comma splice is when you have 2 main commas, sorry, 2 main clauses placed in one sentence with only a comma between them. You can't just have a comma. So there's a way to fix a fused sentence and a comma splice. It's super easy. All you have to do is put a period between 2 main clauses. You can't have 2 main clauses back to back with nothing in between. So the easiest way to fix it is put a period between. Here you've got your example down here. It says, Robin noticed a log across a stream. The log looked sturdy. So you can see in this sentence that there's 2 sets of subject verb pairs. We got Robin noticed and we got log looked. They're both main clauses. And originally it just had a comma between. So you take out the comma and put in a period. That's it. It's pretty easy. You don't want to have them connected without anything. So you got to have a period between. Okay. And then we're talking about imposter ly adverbs. Now we know that adverbs have ly. And they usually tell how something is done, like quickly or slowly or loudly. But these ly words have ly, but they don't function as an adverb. Words like ugly or wrinkly or kingly is one, or ghostly, or things like that. It's describing a noun. Okay. Wrinkly dog, for instance, if you have a wrinkly puppy, right? You're describing the puppy. So even though it has ly, doesn't always mean it's an adverb. Could be an adjective. Look at this example down here. The sturdy log safely spanned the chilly stream. Here's another example of an imposter ly. Chilly has ly, but it's describing the stream, meaning it's cold. So since it's describing the stream, it's going to be an adjective, not an adverb. Remember, the adverbs go with verbs like this one, safely spanned. The log safely spanned. So spanned means to reach across, right? And safely doing that, it's a verb. So safely spanned. Any questions about this page at all? No? Good. Okay. There we go. Ooh, a blank page. We like blank pages, right? Woohoo! Let's go. Page 75. All right. How about Kristen? Can you read this sentence for us today?
Robin Hood roamed through the forest. He searched for adventure.
Okay, good. Roamed is our vocabulary word. And I think you guys pretty much know what roamed is. It's basically like walking around kind of without direction. It's a verb, it's an action. I'm going to have you guys pause on the chat, okay? So no chats right now. I want you to focus on the lesson. So one article, you can find that part by yourself. And how about Dominic? Can you hear me okay, Dominic?
Yes.
Okay, and it looks like your camera is not working today either, huh? Oh, there you are. Hello.
Sorry.
Go ahead. That's okay. Go ahead and find the 3 nouns for us in this page.
Robin,
And it's actually going to be Robin Hood. So we'll do it like that, little bracket. Okay.
the forest,
Forest, good. Just one more.
adventure,
And adventure, good job. And then Tyler, what about the pronoun?
Limited time deal, 99% off. Alex, you can have it if you take it now. Okay,
I take what? I'll take
he
it.
is the pronoun.
He is the pronoun. And then, are you talking about the prepositional phrases, Tyler?
No,
Oh, I didn't know what you were saying there for a second. But
I
Abby,
wanted him to take the pronoun so I could have the prepositional phrase.
No, those
okay.
are my favorite, Tyler. Don't try to take it.
Abby's going to do the prepositional phrases this time. She's next in line.
Through the forest
Good. Through the forest
and for adventure.
and for adventure. Excellent. So if you ever get stuck on those, you can save those till the last part of your list, but that was perfect. Good job. I am going to jump down here to subject verb pairs before we find the main clauses next. So Alex, your favorite verbs, where are the verbs at? It's the easy one.
See, you got me there. You got me there.
It's an easy one. It's a short one.
Roamed
Roam.
and searched.
See, you got this. All right. So Alex, who's doing the roaming and the searching?
Robin Hood subject.
Robin Hood, and then who's the subject?
And I feel like there should be like we're gonna take off that comma or something, and that's gonna be a period. So he is subject.
And the reason is because it has its own subject here. And you're right, these are going to be their own main clauses. So how about Ryan? Those are the subject verb pairs. Where are the 2 main clauses then, Ryan?
The main clauses is Robin Hood roamed through the forest
Good.
and he searched for adventure.
You got it. So we have a comma splice here. So Ramsey, what do we need to do? That's the two clauses. What do we need to do about the comma splice?
We take out the comma and then we add a period.
There you go. Nice. Excellent. So Alex kind of gave it away, but that's all right. We're here for each other, right? Now we have two sentences. So now we have two openers. So what do you think, Kristen? We got two separate sentences. What kind of an opener is this first one?
A subject opener.
Good. What number is a subject opener?
Number 1.
Excellent. You got it. And then what about the other sentence? Starts here.
Is that also subject opener?
Good question. Technically, yes, because it does have a subject as the first word, but it's the new opener we learned this morning. Abby knows. Hold on, Abby. So,
The very short sentence opener.
yes. Do you remember what number that is?
Number 6.
Good. So we're going to put 6 VSS because it has 1, 2, 3, 4 words. Otherwise, you're right. It would be a subject opener, but now you guys have to start paying attention to how long the sentence is. That's going to be a VSS. Good job.
So yes and no.
The capitals are going to be pretty easy. Let's do those. We got Robin and Hood. That's like his first and last name, Robin Hood.
That's a cat, bro.
Right? 2-word name. And then we've got he. We already took care of the comma, and then we just need to add this extra end mark here. Boom, done, did it. All right, so move around on your list for your homework and watch out for those VSS sentences now. You guys start counting the words. If it looks short, count it 2 to 5. All right, Tyler.
So for the comma splice, like, would we take out the comma and put a period, and then would that period count for one of our end marks?
Yes, good question. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. You got it. Any other questions before we move on? If not, shake your head no for me if you don't have a question, so I know. Okay. Thank you for the dramatic, Abby. All right. Then we're done with grammar for today. Your homework will be the next 3 pages like we always do. If you ever have any questions about homework, I know sometimes some students are like, wait, I had this homework and I didn't know which one it was. Let me know. I want to know. All right, you guys finished up Captain Cook. And by the way, I have to say, I'm super sorry. I messed up on your homework assignment. I don't know. Some of you saw it. Some of you maybe didn't see that. On Google Classroom, I originally posted the wrong assignment. So somebody let me know, and then I was like, so I fixed it. So your homework was to finish your report on Captain Cook, which was 2 more paragraphs. So you should have turned in a total of 3 paragraphs for today. Okay.
It's funny how I accidentally messed up last week and then you accidentally messed up this week.
You know what? We're all human. It's life, you know?
Yeah,
We just
I
lose
looked at it and
grace.
I was like, what? I was like rereading. I'm like, this is the wrong class, or that's ahead or something.
I did the
Yeah, I think
wrong
it was
one.
me who put it.
Oh,
I
maybe.
think it was me because
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm like, I'm gonna let her know because I already know what to
Yeah.
do, but it just kind of like,
It was
yeah.
me. It was me. I totally messed up, but we got it figured out. Abby, did you want to say something? Oops, you're muted. No? You don't want to say anything? Okay. All right. So Captain Cook, I have time for actually maybe one person to read it today because we have stuff we got to catch up on. I see 2 hands here. Let me see who read last time.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Let me see. Alex, did you read last time? I was trying to remember. I didn't write it
Yeah,
down. Oh, you
I
did?
yeah, I think I did. Wait, what was the story last time?
I don't even remember. Gosh, I think we.
I think it was,
We
yeah, it
read
was
the
the first
first
paragraph.
paragraph
Yeah,
of
it was
Captain
me.
Cook.
It was me because
Oh,
it was me, Tyler, because I remember Tyler did like, what was it? all his 3 paragraphs.
I'm
And
gonna have
then
Abby go today, and then we'll see if we have time later in the class time to have you do it, okay, Alex? Because I don't remember Abby reading in a while, so I'll have her read hers today. So go ahead and tell us your title first, and then go ahead and read.
I made my title be called The British Captain.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Captain Cook's early life was nicely organized because he was born in 1728 as the son of a Scottish farmer, which was probably a nice life. He was working for his dad as a farmer when he became apprenticed to a shopkeeper. At the age of 18, he was working with ships, and by the age of 21, he was a seaman. In his free time, he observed algebra, trigonometry, and astronomy. He became a rank mate in 1752. 3 years later, he became in command of bark. Little did Captain Cook know what his nice life would turn out to be like. Captain Cook became a marvelously experienced seaman for the British Navy in 1755, which was an interesting career because it allowed wider travel. He commanded voyages while observing Venus's path around the sun. He set out to find Terra Australis, but ended up mapping and surveying the Tasman Sea before returning to England. Being a seaman was an interesting job, but you have to be experienced to do it. In July of 1776, Captain Cook took the Resolution and the Discovery, 2 ships, out to discover Hawaii. At that time, Hawaiians sadly worshipped a god called Lono, who is not real because there is only one true god, the God of the Bible. Some of Cook's items looked like Lono, which made the Hawaiians want the boat, and one day they stole one of Cook's small boats, which started a giant fight. In the fight, Cook got hit in the head by a rock and was murdered. After the fight, the Hawaiians tore the flesh off Cook's body, roasted it, and then devoured it. Captain Cook's remains were found, and then the British gave him a proper burial at sea.
Nice. Excellent. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Normally, and I noticed you put in your opinion about God. Normally, I'd say you can't do that when you're doing a report, but I totally get that, and that was an appropriate place to put that. So good job with that. Um, yes, excellent. I heard a lot of great dress ups and topic clinchers and all that good stuff. So nice job, Abby. Really good. And I didn't hear any banned words. Good job staying away from those.
Actually, that was really good because
Yeah.
I almost put Captain Cook got cooked. So and now I'm not even that just came on accident. I was like, oh, I can't. I was like, I would have put it in, but like in the modern world, it just kind of like you would not probably like it, like because
It is
So
a
I just
report, so yeah.
so because he did get cooked, but he also did get cooked.
It's ironic, isn't it? Tyler, were
So
you gonna say something?
So, on my paper, I literally had to delete something because she said no sling, but until she said no sling, I had Captain Cook was cooking until he literally got cooked.
Oh my gosh.
He
All right,
did
you guys.
though. He got
I know,
roasted.
I know.
He
It's
got
true.
cooked.
It's true. All right. Okay. I want to look at the checklist with you guys really quick. And I want to remind you, especially students that are new to me, this is how I grade your work. So every single time you have an assignment for me in this class, you're going to have a separate checklist. This one is for Captain Cook. So make sure you use this when you sit down to write your paper. You must use this and you must follow everything on the checklist. If you follow everything and you don't use any banned words, you're going to get 10 out of 10. So that's your goal. Okay. If you forget something, like if you forget a dress up word, I take off points for that. So when you look at your homework and I've graded it, if you have like a 9.5 or a 9 or 8, something like that, it means you need to look at my notes and see what you missed. Okay. I just want to reiterate that because it's really, this is the meat of the class. This is where you get the most out of this class is using this
This is
checklist.
the class core.
I like that. This is the class core. Yep, 100%. Anybody have any questions about the checklist or how to use it? Because this is important. Make sure you use it. We're going to put away Captain Cook and we're going to move on to a new lesson and a totally different, we're going to shift now away from doing a report. And those of you who had my class before, we're writing from pictures this week. Okay. We're going to do creative writing this week. Some of you love it. Some of you not so sure, but Go ahead and put away Captain Cook for now in your finished folder, wherever you're keeping your finished stuff. And then you're going to get out week 10. Week
Spoiler
10,
alert.
yes, week 10, it starts on page 89. So go behind the source text tab, make sure it says week 10 drone. We're
Are we
moving
doing
on.
a bee drone or like a literal drone, like those
Well, we're
flying
going to talk
around?
about it. You'll see this. I think this will be fun for you guys because we're going to take a break from all this is where you can use slang, by the way. Just don't go crazy on the slang. I'm going to start by saying that. But this is where you can actually get a little more creative with how you want to write these papers. Creative writing, not so much report writing this week. So page 89, 91, you should get out 5 pages all the way to page 97. And once you have that out, you don't need any lined paper today. Give me a thumbs up when you got week 10 out and ready to go. Should have 5 pages out for week 10.
I already have my lined paper because I get like I can't find it in class. So I'm like, I'll get it out ahead of time, and now I hear I don't need it.
You don't need it for these because they give you a space for you to put your outlines. So, but way to be on top of things, Tyler. It's a good thing. Thumbs up, either emoji or in the screen. Thumbs up so I can see if you're ready. 5 pages for week 10. Week 10. Okay, I see that.
Do we take out the banned words list?
Yes, that's
Okay.
part of it. All the way to page 97. Okay, I see that, Abby. Kristen, do you have week 10?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. Perfect. All right. Looks like most people have it. We're gonna actually let's go to the banned words list first. Do you guys already know about banned verbs? And yes, sorry, not sorry. We're adding more banned words to your checklist here. Don't be mad.
That's good.
Yes. I was gonna say, don't be mad because this is helping you be better writers, okay? And it's ironic you said good, Tyler, because that's the first one. Good. And the next one is bad. These are banned adjectives, not verbs. We did that on the blue page. These are adjectives. So we can't use the word good or bad anymore. We need to come up with other ways to say that. Okay, this is where you can unmute and start telling me, let's do good first. What is another word we could use instead of good? Abby, what do you think?
Excellent. Oh, I'm sorry.
Excellent. What was the other one?
Amazing.
Amazing. And you guys can just unmute. You don't have to raise your hand for this part. Just go ahead and unmute and tell me more.
Fire. You know, we said we can use slang. He's fine.
Fantastic.
I'll think about fire. Fantastic. I like that one.
Better.
Better. Like it.
Best.
Best.
Great.
Great.
Super.
Oh, I like that too. Super. Maybe one more. We got space for one more here.
Gooder. Gooder.
Gooder. No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Ah.
How about awesome? That's a good one. We use that a lot. Awesome. I am not going to put slang on here. And the reason is because this is a list you're going to apply to every paper that you do.
Yeah,
So
and
some
it's a
of your
writing
papers.
class, so it's like proper
Yeah,
writing.
yeah. But you can use, I'm going to let you use it for this creative style because it is fun to use some slang sometimes. Okay.
I will admit to asking to private messaging Alex to tell him to say that.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
that was
Well,
good.
thanks. Thanks for that, Tyler. All right. Let's go to the bad column
Worse.
now.
Worse.
Worse.
Awful.
horrible.
Good.
Terrible.
Good.
Dreadful.
Good job, you guys. Dreadful, was that the last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deceiving. No, that's different.
Dreadful has EA, right? I'm trying to remember how to spell dreadful. All of a sudden I forgot.
I think it's EA.
I gotta check. For those of you who don't,
batter.
oh yeah, it is EA. Batter? No, that's actually not a word.
Worst. Worst. That's one.
Okay, we have worst, but we could do worst. That would work
Oh, come on,
okay.
batter isn't a word, but worst is.
Batter, no,
Yeah.
not a
That's
word.
great. That's crazy, bro.
Um, if something is like if the fruit has gone bad, we could say rotten.
Moldy.
Oh, or moldy. Oops, rotten.
Unpleasant.
Ooh, unpleasant. Nice one.
Ran out.
Yeah, I ran out of room. These are just some, there's more. So if you have a thesaurus at your house, or you can use thesaurus.com if it's okay with your parents, you can find more. So as you're writing, you want a really good descriptive word to describe something, look it up or go to this list, see if you like one of these. But do not use good or bad anymore, okay? No more of that. No more good and bad. All right. The next thing we're going to do is look at the yellow page real quick here. This is page 91. And this is one of those, it's a practice. It's just basically how we build these stories. Notice there's questions on the side here. Who, what, when, where, why, before, after, and outside. Now, by the way, that word outside is referring to outside the frame of the picture, not necessarily outdoors. Okay, don't think that. It's outside the frame of the picture. And notice we have 3 pictures in this example, and then we've got 3 little mini sets of keyword outlines here. We got Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, and Roman numeral 3. Each picture is for a paragraph. Okay, so this picture goes with this paragraph, this picture goes with that paragraph, this one goes with this paragraph. Now, the reason why we're having this lesson is because we're practicing thinking. And those of you who've had my class before already know this. So I'm going to talk for a second to the new students. When you think, you automatically ask yourself questions inside your head. Sometimes people say what they're thinking, and that's not a bad thing, but thinking often happens inside our heads with nobody else knowing what's going on. It happens inside. It's pretty amazing. But what we're doing is asking ourselves questions. Like, for instance, right now for me, my stomach is growling because I'm hungry and it's lunchtime, right? So I'm already thinking automatically as I'm teaching, do I have any more leftover pizza in the fridge? And
I do, if that
I
helps.
wonder when this class is going to end, and is there food that I can eat, or thinking about what you want to eat. What do I want to eat?
I
And
do that 24/7.
where is it? Yeah. Okay. So you get the idea. Another way that we practice thinking and we actually automatically think, and this is super important. I really need you guys to listen to this. In your life, you will hear and see things that you don't understand. And a lot of stuff comes from the internet. And that's a big problem, right? The internet has a ton of information in it. And some of the stuff, most of the stuff, we don't really understand. So it's really important for you as a student to learn how to think for yourself. So let's say, for example, on the internet, somebody says the sky is gone. The sky is gone, which is a weird thing to say. But what if somebody said that and you look out your window and you're like, wait a second, the sky's right there. It's blue. It's got a couple clouds. So go through the questions. Why is this guy saying the sky is gone? Where did he get his information? When did the sky disappear according to this guy? And what does it mean the sky is gone? I see it. What does that mean? Why, like, who is this person? See how I'm kind of cycling through these questions because you don't want to just automatically believe what you hear, especially on the internet. Okay. Don't always believe it on the internet. Okay. Hang on, Alex. I will say right here, though, that all of you have parents and your parents will tell you the truth. So that's a good rule of thumb. If you hear something, you see something, think for yourself, but go to your parents and ask them, what does this mean? Who is this guy? Why are they saying this? or your grandparents or somebody you trust in your family. Okay, those people you can trust, you can ask these questions to. But if they're not around at the moment, and let's say you're at Walmart with a friend and you overhear somebody say something that you don't understand. So that's a good example of a time when you start asking yourself, why did he say that? What does it mean? Where did he get his information? Okay, this is a skill. And learning how to ask yourself these questions inside your head is actually a skill that you're going to practice in my class with making up stories. Okay, we're going to practice this skill, asking yourself in your head and thinking about stories. So now what I want you to do is look at page. Well, first of all, is there any questions about what I just said? Are there any questions about that? Okay. Go to page, if you have any questions along the way, let me know, but go to this page 93. And you'll see a set of pictures here. Before we start talking about it, I want you to think, looking at these pictures, just look at them for a second and don't talk about them yet. Okay, you get the basic idea of what's going on here. And you're going to see on the right side of the pictures, Roman numeral 1 and some numbers. This is a keyword outline. That's why you don't need lined paper today, because it's here. You don't even need to rewrite this. It's kind of handy, right? And the first step I want you to do is at the top, right here in this little blank spot at the top, I want you to write a list of questions. I want you to write who with a question mark. Write it kind of small because there's a lot. Who, what, write this on yours. When, where, why, how. Who, what, when, where, why, how. These are the big six. That's what we call these, the big six questions. They're what we use at the beginning of a question. Who, what, when, where, why, how. And then I have a couple extras for you to write down. You might have saw that on the other page there, but I want you to put the word invisible with a question mark. Squeeze it in somewhere. Hopefully you have space on your paper here. Invisible outside. I'm going to talk about this in a second. Before, and then one more after. That's it for the top. So hopefully you have enough room to squeeze all that in. Who, what, when, where, why, how, invisible, outside, before, after. Okay, we kind of already talked about the who, what, when, where, why, how. Okay, we already talked about those. Invisible meaning when you're looking at this picture, you can create whatever situation, whatever scene, whatever story you want based on these pictures. So it could be that you think or imagine something that's invisible. Like, let's say in this first picture, there's a bunch of kids, his friends. They're having a birthday party, maybe, and let's pretend there's a bunch of people there, but we don't see it in the actual picture. They're invisible here. That's what that means. Is there somebody else there or something else there that you can't see that you want to include in your story? Then we have that word outside. That means outside this frame. So it looks like he's sitting at a table. Maybe the table goes all the way out here, and maybe there's other people sitting at his table. Could be family, could be at a school, it's a class party or something. I mean, I don't know. Okay, you get to create that stuff. This is where we're going to let your mind go into whatever creative thinking you have, okay? This is hard for some students. And honestly, I know Abby knows, Tyler knows, you guys know. I struggle with creative writing. I am so much better at writing like a report or an essay, like a factual thing. So much better. I can do
That's
that.
fine. That's why we name all of our characters Bob.
Exactly. See, you remember. And for those new students, yes, Bob is in our stories a lot. You can include Bob if you want. You don't have to, but that is a name we use often. All right. So, and then before and after. So really, that would mean like, what do you think happened before this picture? Like, Maybe he was standing outside his front porch waiting for the UPS guy to show up, right? Maybe he's waiting for a package that he ordered and he was waiting outside. Okay, that could be something. Or after, is there anything that happened between these two pictures, like after this one, but before that one? So that's why we have before and after here. Okay, now you see central fact, Roman numeral 1, central fact. Central fact means the center, the main fact, the what is really happening in these pictures. Okay, so it's kind of the core of it. So the central fact here looks like a boy, I think, a boy with a box, and he's opening the lid. He looks happy. That's about all I know when I look at the picture itself. So honestly, for your central fact, you can name this boy. I'm going to name him Bob. Big surprise, Bob. You don't have to say Bob. You can pick somebody else. It was funny. Side note for Tyler and Abby and Alex, I had a student who named their characters Bob, Bobby, and Bobette
That's crazy.
because they know Bob, right? And Bob just kind of morphed into other characters too. So, all right, so we got Bob. He's opening a box. Could it be a gift? Could be a package. So right here, whatever you want to call this, it could be a box, gift, present, package. I'll put gift. If you want to copy that, you can. If you want to change that, you can. And then I'm just going to put that he's happy, or you could use the word excited. His eyebrows are up, his mouth is smiling. It looks like he's excited about something. So central fact is literally what you see here. And now you've got 1 through 5. Okay, this is where the details come in. This is where you kind of flow through these questions. You don't have to go in order. For instance, we could start by saying, where is he? Where is this character right now? Where is Bob? Anybody want to volunteer some ideas? Where do you think he is right here? Go ahead, Abby. What do you think?
In his house, but then
In his
he goes
house.
outside.
Yep. Later he goes outside. Oh, that's a good point though. So we got to, and if it helps to cover these up, that's okay too. But we're going to try not to peek ahead. We already know what happens ahead, but we're going to try to stay right here only on this picture for this. So maybe he's at home. What else? Other ideas? Could he be at school? Abby, you got another idea?
Maybe if he's at his house and he's sitting at his dining room table.
Yep. I like that. What do you think, Kristen?
He could be at some sort of party because the box looks like, if you look closely at it, it looks like decorated.
Oh yeah. It does, yeah. So maybe he's at like a gift exchange. Sometimes people do that, especially around Christmas time. What do you think, Tyler?
I think that he ran away from school, went to his friend's house and said, "What's up? Can I come in?"
Hey, is that present for me? Oh, you shouldn't have. How nice. All right, I see your hand there, Alex. Hang on just a second. So your goal, and I want you guys to start taking notes here. Same rules as we've been doing. 3 words. You can use numbers and symbols and abbreviations. Those are all free. So I want you to start taking notes. Think about where he is. Put that. Think about maybe what he thinks should be in the box, like what he ordered. Is it what he ordered, or is it the gift he wanted, or was it a different gift? I want you to start taking notes. I'm putting these lines here because I want you to think of a plot, okay? You're going to do 3 words, but you can use numbers and symbols. I know this is a little different for some of you. So why is he opening this gift? That's when you can decide, is it his birthday? Is it Christmas? Did he get an A on a big test at school and his parents bought him a prize for doing well? Or did he win something? Maybe he was in a contest and he entered and he won. His name was drawn or his number was drawn. I mean, there's lots of ideas here. So start taking some notes, moving around on these questions here. And Alex, what is your idea?
Well, first I want to say, do we have to follow those questions?
You have to, but they don't have to be in the same order.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna say, hold on. Sorry, my brothers are fighting.
That's all right.
I was gonna say that maybe he's like surprised or something that it's
Yep.
got him something because maybe they're like big cheapskates and he didn't think he was gonna get like a present for Christmas.
Okay.
I mean, for his
Yep.
birthday, an expensive something. Plus, also, my parents probably wouldn't get me something for Big A because I'm supposed to get these.
How about Reagan? Do you have any ideas on what's happening in this picture? Like, is it a present? Is it a package? What do you think for your story?
What if we made it like Valentine's Day? Or
Oh,
something like
yeah,
that? Or like it's his birthday?
I like that. So that
Or
could be
he's
one.
buying a gift for somebody?
Yeah, he could be buying a gift for
He's
somebody. It looks
wrapping
like
it?
he's opening it though, like it's for, okay, that's a good thought. Maybe he is buying a gift for somebody and he's trying it out. I guess that
Yeah.
could be an option. Yeah. Um, what if he's doing like a maybe he's testing a product.
It's
That's a thing.
Christmas.
Or it's Christmas. Yep. It could be Christmas. Dominic, do you have any ideas for your story about what's going on
Maybe
here?
maybe it's like someone's gift, and he's trying to make sure that it didn't break, like a glass or something.
Oh, that's a good one. He's checking to make sure it didn't break. That's a good one. All right. So it's okay if you don't have one
There's,
through five yet. Go ahead, Tyler.
I think he like, I'm gonna say that it's a, it's a gift. So like, it's a gift he got, and then there's a sticker that says fragile, and then he goes, "Oh, this must be Italian," and then opens it up with excitement.
There you go. I haven't heard from Ryan and Ramsey yet. What do you guys think? You got some ideas going on this?
Let me see. I'm trying to think of some.
Okay.
I think that it was his birthday and he'd been wanting like a drone and he asked for his parents for a drone. And he's really excited. He's opening it up and he's really excited for it.
Okay, good. And that's okay that maybe you peeked ahead because it does look like he's got a remote control down here. And that's okay if you bring that up here, but try to keep all your facts just about this picture for the first paragraph. So was that
Yeah.
Ryan or Ramsey? Your voices sound exactly the same to me.
It was both of us.
Oh, it was. No wonder. You sounded like the same person. I
Yeah.
like your ideas. Okay. So if you didn't get through five, that's okay. You can fill this in later. Let's jump down to the second one now. Okay, this is Roman numeral 2, and the central fact here is going to be different. I've heard you guys mention a little bit that it looks like he's outside. It looks like he's got a remote control in his hands. It looks like he's looking up. And who's this inside? Who do you think that is? We have new characters on the scene now. Who's on the inside of the house? I see Abby's hand. Go ahead, Abby.
Maybe like his mom and his dad and his little brother.
Yeah, Ryan and Ramsey, did you think of something else? Who's
No,
this?
I was just gonna say his parents
His parents and maybe his
and
little
his little
brother.
brother.
Yep,
Yeah.
I think so too. So I want you to think of three words here or numbers and symbols. You can add those too. So you can use words like outside. Maybe he's in the front yard or the backyard. You can decide what yard he's in. He's got a remote. And maybe like family, and then I'll draw some eyes like they're watching. You don't have to copy that, but if that helps you and you want to copy that, you can. All right. It's this is more like a free write time here for this. But what I want you to practice is going through these questions. We're practicing thinking, remember? Okay, so let's start with what, and you can go in any order with these questions. So what? Let me ask Dominic, what is it that he's flying, or what is he doing here?
It looks like he's piloting a controlled device to fly.
Okay, so it could be a drone. We know that's the name of the lesson, but what else could be something that he's flying, Dominic? What's another thing that flies that he could
A
be?
helicopter
Yes, good. Helicopter. What else?
or one of those like planes.
Planes, like a remote control plane. Have you ever seen like a remote control blimp before? Like those blow up, it's almost like a big balloon and it's got little fans on it and you can make it go.
Think about it though, this title is called Drone.
Right. And you don't have to keep it drone though. You can change it up. You're right. It is called drone, but it doesn't have to be a drone, but it can be if you want it to be. Abby.
I saw this toy at Walmart and it was like this dragon who can fly. So maybe
Oh,
like
there you go.
a dragon or a bird or something that could
There you
fly.
go. So that's what you can start putting here for the what. Like it's a purple dragon that breathes fire or something like that. Maybe he's flying in his backyard. So that's the what. Another idea, you could jump around on this list. You're basically taking notes. How about Kristen, how do you think, I'm going to use a how question or kind of a what question, Kristen. What do you think he's thinking as he's flying? Looking at his expression, what do you think he's thinking about?
He's happy because he like has been wanting it for a long time.
Okay.
Finally got it.
Okay. That's good. I like that. He's happy because he's been wanting it for a long time. He's like, oh my gosh, I finally got the thing I wanted. Another idea could be that maybe he's saved up his money. He could have been like, you get money for Christmas sometimes or birthdays and stuff. Maybe he collected all that and maybe he bought it. That's another idea. There's lots of ways to write this. Tyler?
So we don't have to like include our central fact when we start stating things, right? Because I've got the central fact and then I like start over where the story begins.
Okay, that's a great question. Thank you for that because that is something that will come up as these new students are writing this. You're basically taking notes here. So this assignment is going to be really different than all the other ones we've done so far in this class. So to answer your question, you don't have to use outside, remote, and family in your sentence. This is more identifying what this paragraph is going to be about. This is your topic. So when you sit down to write, you might say something like, Bob uh, couldn't wait to experience his new aircraft in the air among the clouds, something like that. Okay, so it doesn't mean you have to actually use these exact words, but these are notes to help you come up with a plot. Does that answer your question, Tyler?
Yes, and then one
Okay.
more. Can I also like so for the second central fact, could I say like outside flying RC for remote control and then something else? Okay.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Good question. So basically, it has to connect to the picture because the main point is to not give away this yet. The third picture is going to be where it gets exciting, right? Because something's going on here. We don't know what, because you're leaving it up to your imagination. But you don't want to talk about what terrible thing happened way up here. That spoils the story. You want to have it go in order. So that's where I want you guys to make sure you keep the picture with that paragraph. But speaking of, uh, let's think about, where he could be here or here. Actually, let's move on to this one. maybe this is random, but maybe he lives across the street from the Dodger Stadium. Okay, let's just say. And he's flying his dragon over the Dodger Stadium. And by the look on his face, something happens here. He doesn't look so happy anymore. He looks worried to me.
He hit the foul pole.
He hit the foul ball, or the foul ball hit his flying dragon.
Pole.
Okay. Or he crashed into the light over the stadium. I mean, okay, something bad happened here. I see some ideas popping up. Reagan, what do you think happens in this last paragraph?
What if whatever he got broke?
Oh, yeah, good one. Could have broke. That's right. Alex, what do you think?
Maybe like the brother in the window got jealous and he's just pretending to be happy. And the bottom one, so like sorry, the baby screaming. The baby, let's say like he's pretending to be scared, but in reality, the younger brother calls the military force to say there's a terrorist drone, and they shoot down that drone and it explodes.
All right, now you're thinking, go with that. Start writing some notes down here. Yes, I like that idea. Ryan and Ramsey, what do you guys think?
Or maybe he forgot to charge it, and then while he was flying over, it died.
Oh, that would be so bad. Yes. Brand new thing he gets, and it probably just floats down to the bottom and just breaks apart. That would be a bummer. Kristen, what's your idea?
Maybe like it gets stuck in like a really, really tall tree.
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's a good one too. I like that idea. And then you can talk about how does he go retrieve it? Does he climb the tree? What happens on his adventure going up into the tree to try to save it? So you guys get the idea. This is what's building your plot. Everybody's story is going to be different. Alex, I see your hand.
About like, or another idea is like, what about he forgot that the batteries weren't included? And he threw it up in the air thinking it's gonna start and it just falls and breaks.
Oh, that would be bad too. Yes. What if he just threw it up there? Oh my gosh. Abby, what do you think?
Like a hawk comes and it attacks the plane because it kind of looks like a small bird.
That would be bad too, especially if you're going with the whole dragon theme.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
I really like raptors.
Okay.
So
That would be cool. You can do that. So your central fact, remember, is literally what's going on. I would say one of your words could be worried, because he kind of has that worried look here. And maybe like, oh no. These are just ideas, so what you're doing is taking notes here. And then you're going to go through those questions at the top. I like your ideas. What happened? It got stuck in a tree. It got hit by a foul ball at the Dodger Stadium. Maybe it's 4th of July and the firework exploded right over the top of his flying helicopter or something like that. This is where you guys get to actually have fun with your ideas. Okay, I still see hands there. Okay, Tyler, you still have something?
His little brother. So like I named my guy Will. He loses control of the he's no longer able to control his drone, and he doesn't know that his little brother hacked into the drone, and he's flying the drone straight at his bigger brother, and his bigger brother's running away scared for his life.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And it's coming really fast.
All right, so we gotta wrap this up. You guys, your goal is 3 paragraphs. So don't make this into like 5 pages worth, even though it's fun and you might be tempted to. Try to keep it 3 paragraphs. This is the first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, but get creative. And don't forget, let's look at your checklist really quick on 97. You still have to do this part. This is how I grade your work. Remember, I already explained that. So make sure you have your dress ups in there. By the way, there's a new one, quality adjective. That's going to describe a noun. So you can describe the flying object, you can describe the remote control, you can describe the tree, what size it is, what kind of tree. You can describe, this is quality adjective is describing something or someone. Like that word worried is a great quality adjective. That's describing the boy. All right, so you have a new dress up and notice new band words, good and bad. We just talked about that earlier today. So don't use good and bad or any of the other band words. All right, so you're gonna finish taking your notes on
Sorry.
here.
So we can't use gooder or badder, right?
You cannot use gooder or badder. That is correct. All right, you guys, you're gonna do 3 paragraphs and use the pictures. Take your notes on here so you know what direction you're going to go. And as you write, you can add stuff to it. It doesn't have to only be what's on what you wrote down. Okay, so have fun with it. All right, I got to let you go. Good job, you guys. And I will see you next week. Have a good one. That was fun. Good job, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. See you next
Bye.
week.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.